and welcome to the Southgate Student Ministry 8-ball pool. We're going with the March Madness in April March Madness 8-ball pool tournament. Today, we have a lot of cool things in plan for you because today is Selection Monday. You are placed into a bracket based on your skill level, also known as a random computer generation of where you're going to be in this bracket to compete for the ultimate prize, a Chick-fil-A gift card. Yes, you heard that right. A Chick-fil-A gift card will be awarded to the winner. That's a big deal. But if you're not participating in the tournament itself, don't worry. In the same way that NCAA athletes don't get paid, so they don't really get that big of a prize, we are going with, if you are not even playing in the tournament, but you fill out one of these brackets, you also have a chance to win a Chick-fil-A gift card. Stick around, we'll give you more information on that at the end of the video, so you're going to want to watch to the end to get the information and also the analysis from Logan Prentice, who is going to be phoned in as we get into this discussion of the bracket. So here it is, the first view of the bracket. We have 16 teams competing in this competition. You can see there are 4 different brackets that you have to play through to get to the final 4. You have the top left, the top right, the bottom left, and the bottom right. Our number 1 seed is going to be in the top left, and the number 16 seed is going to be playing against them. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the selection. Coming in as the number 1 team in the bracket, as selected by a random generation of names, it is Grant Spears. Grant Spears is our number 1 player. We're going over to Logan Prentice. Logan, what makes Grant Spears the best player by far in this tournament?
Well, Ben, it's pretty obvious here. Don't be confused by looking at just Grant's big frame, but his ability to also use finesse and getting the balls in the pocket. It's just going to be absolutely crazy. Don't be surprised to see him run the table here and win it all.
I like how he said run the table because that's exactly what we're doing. We're playing on a virtual pool table. Don't forget, every single one of these matchups will be a best 2 out of 3. Later on, we'll see who Grant is playing against, but first we have to see our other number 1 seed in the top right bracket. Here it is. It is, drumroll please, Jackson Lee. Jackson Lee takes that number 1 spot. He's a rookie in this tournament. He's in his first year in the youth group, and yet he comes in and he gets that number 1 seed. He's a young gun. Don't overlook him. He has a lot to say when it comes to this tournament. He has the skill level because he's in that techie generation that is coming up at us right now. Let's go ahead and move to the bottom left and see who our number 1 seed is there. Our number 1 seed in the bottom left is, you got that right, it's Elizabeth Cadle. Let's send this one back to Logan Prentice. Logan, what makes Elizabeth the main competitor in this competition?
Well, the big thing about Elizabeth here is that she doesn't do a bunch of running of the mouth. She's going to just go in, take care of her business, and move on. And it's going to be really difficult as whoever she may play has to just worry about her doing her thing over and over again.
He's right on. She's not a trash talker until after she wins the championship. And as a number 1 seed in this tournament, she definitely has the option to do that. On our bottom right bracket, our number 1 seed is Jacob Pollard. Jacob Pollard's our 2nd senior to be in this bracket. Now this is not shocking at all, as Jacob Pollard has often been caught in my classes playing 8-ball pool. Alright, Jacob does this religiously. He's incredible at this game, and he says, I'm here to win. Our next up though, the number 2 seed in the top left, or also the number 8 seed, it is Max Ballard. Logan, what makes Max something special to see in this tournament?
Well, again here, Max is another kind of guy. He's very passionate. He's kind of the opposite of Elizabeth. He's going to run his mouth. He's going to be involved. And it's really going to be interesting to see whoever he plays, as they have to deal with him not only running his mouth, but also being super passionate and wanting his a competitive nature.
Absolutely. When I think arrogant jerk, my mind immediately goes to Max Ballard. There's no one who you dislike being around more than a guy like that. Just kidding, Max. We absolutely love you. Now, to see our number 2 seed in the top right bracket, we have Drew Butt. Now, Drew Butt's another young guy, a sophomore. He's in his first year in the youth group, kind of came into the league a little bit later on, but he came in and said, I want to be a main competitor in the 8-ball pool tournament. So he is on that side. So far, he and Jackson are coming in strong. In the bottom left side, our number 2 seed is going to be Abigail Britt. And she doesn't actually have an E on the end of her name, but we accidentally put one there because our producers are just not intelligent. I am the producer. Logan, what makes Abigail, as a rookie, a threatening force in this tournament?
Well, what makes Abigail super difficult is going to be not her trash talk, but more of a witty banter. She's going to hit you where it hurts. It's going to be hard for you to play your best game, having to think about all the things she has to say about you.
Spot on. That was spot on. She's going to sit there and she's going to make you feel bad if you score against her. So to see our last number 2 seed in the bottom right bracket, we have John Ryan Massey. He's coming in to compete. He's coming in to win. We are going to see how he does. He is going to be this guy who he trains all year long for this March Madness tournament in April. And even though this is the first one ever, he's been training for it. He's ready to roll. We're going to quickly start revealing some of the other names here who are in these brackets. And then we're going to go down bracket by bracket and kind of talk about each one. In this number 1 top left bracket, we have Garrett Hickson, our 16 seed, taking on Grant Spears. Our seed taking on Jackson Lee. In the top right is Wesley Jones. That matchup is 2 young guns. That's going to be fascinating to watch. In the bottom left bracket here, we have Chloe McNeese taking on Elizabeth Cadle. This is our first all-female matchup of the tournament that we're seeing, and that is to celebrate National Women's Month. It's also because it was a randomly computer-generated matchup that we see here. That is why that is there. In the bottom right bracket, we see Ella Fuller up against Jacob Pollard in this. Let's go ahead and keep on rolling to see Max Ballard is going to be playing Anna Claire Butt. That is going to be an intense thing. Anna Claire is also a trash talker. Expect the trash talk to be high in that one. On the top right side, we see Jake Ballard against Drew Butt. In the bottom left side, we see Colton Hickson against Abigail Britt. And our final person to make the tournament, or to be revealed in this tournament, yep, she's in it only for the Chick-fil-A. It's Haley Mobley. She's here to win because she wants chicken. That's the motto of everyone. Let's go ahead and start breaking down. Logan, what do you see here in the top left bracket? Grant versus Garrett, Anna Claire versus Max. Who's your favorite? I know Grant's the number 1 seed. Who is your favorite, though, going into this, and how do you see this playing out?
Well, Ben, it's going to be hard for me to go against Grant here. I mean, he has a pretty easy first-round matchup playing Garrett. There's a reason he's ranked the lowest seed in the whole thing. And then he's going to have to take on the winner of the Anna Claire and Max battle, which after such an easy first-round battle, he'll be well-rested. I think it's going to be an easy pass here for Grant to get to the Final Four.
Man, you heard it there first, folks. Logan thinks that Grant has an easy pass to the Final Four. In the top right side of the bracket, this is a fascinating bracket to me because of just how young it is. The oldest person in it is Drew Butt. He's just starting his 2nd year in the youth group. That's exactly where Wesley Jones is. Wesley's in 8th grade. The other 2 are young 7th graders here, ready to roll, ready to make a statement. I look at this bracket and I see that's anyone's game. Anyone can come out of that top right bracket. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be intense to watch to see who makes the Final Four from that side. Bottom right side, we have Elizabeth, Chloe, Colton, and Abigail. Logan, who's your favorite out of this bracket?
I think the winner of the Colton Hickson and Abigail Britt matchup is going to end up advancing there. That's going to be a really tight matchup there in the bottom left. But I really think Abigail Britt just tenacity is going to be able to pull her through here and have her facing off with Grant in the Final Four.
That's going to be some intense matchups as well. I'm going to move to the bottom right to close out our analysis for today. We see Jacob Pollard, Ella Fuller, Haley Mobley, and John Ryan Massey. Now you might be sitting there saying, I don't know who to pick out of this group. Jacob is the number 1 seed, but I could see Ella saying, you know what? I'm here to play. She's competed and she has trained. She's a multi-sport athlete, and 8-Ball Pool is one of those. If I'm choosing an upset, it's from this bracket, and it's Ella Fuller. We hope you've enjoyed our analysis. Logan, I want you to go ahead and kind of give us, as an expert here, who do you think your Final Four are going to be? I know you've kind of given yours from the left side. You think it's going to be the winner of Colton and Abigail and the winner and Grant. On the right side, I kind of talked about that side. Who do you think are your Final Four entries from the right side?
I see Drew Butt getting into the top right bracket. Just the speed he plays with and the ability. It's all about playing fast in today's game. And I think he's going to be able to bring that to the table here. And then, like you said in the bottom right, it's going to be Jacob Pollard to lose. I mean, you put in the work, you're going to see the result, and he puts it in every Sunday morning, so it's going to be hard to go against that.
You heard it here, folks. Alrighty, here's the other deal. Even if you're playing in the tournament or if you're not playing in the tournament, you have an opportunity to fill out your bracket. If you check the link in the description below, if you're watching on YouTube, you can find a PDF of this bracket. What you need to do is fill that out. You can print it out, take a picture of it. You can fill it out by marking on it with your phone. Whatever you need to do to identify who you think is going to win. And then we will go on, and as the tournament continues, we'll bring you updates and we'll give you bracket updates, and whoever does the best in predicting the games will also win a Chick-fil-A gift card that is ready for you to consume multiple amounts of chicken. And we cannot wait to get these games going.